Africans in Diaspora. My name is Jennifer.
My name is Purdam.
My name is Toye.
Francis.
Whitney.
So to start this episode, we'll be kicking off with why Canada and why Victoria? Like, why did you decide to come to Canada and especially Victoria? Does anyone want to start first?
I can start if you want. Okay, first of all, I got into this argument with my dad about he told me to go and get married. And and I had no intentions or plans of getting married at that time, so I just used the talk of school to get out of it. And then I decided to call some friends who I knew were down here, and they gave me some suggestions. I checked the school I was looking for, and I saw the exact course I was looking for. And so I just applied, and I got a letter from the school almost immediately to come. And that was how I ended up in Victoria.
Okay.
So that's my story.
Thank you for that story. Well, so you're not yet married, right?
No, I'm not married. I escaped it with school.
So is it single and searching?
I'm not single.
Ooh! We'll get back to that. So what's going next?
Francis, I guess you've been here longer.
No, you've been here longer. You have.
Take it away, though.
I came to study. I came to Canada to study. I was up in Prince George, which is in the northern part of BC, for about a year. And I was in college, and then just after that first year, we had to transfer to university, and I was looking around, and I wasn't a fan of Vancouver, never have been, probably won't still be. So the next logical choice was Victoria, and that's how I ended up here.
Okay, good. Thank you, Francis. So you want to go in now? I have to call your name, sorry.
Well, Victoria, why Victoria? I actually moved to Victoria for work. I had gone to university in Ghana, which is like an hour and a half away from Victoria, and then I moved to Vancouver. I was working there, and I really didn't like it there. I found out that I like the city. The concept is great, but I was spending a lot of time in transit, and I didn't really have a lot of friends in Vancouver. So it's so hard to make friends in Vancouver. I quickly realized, because I grew up in Lagos. Lagos is, just like Vancouver. It's busy, lots of people, but the people are nicer. And but that's just the truth. Like,
Are you saying that they're not people in Vancouver are not nice?
Yeah, people in Vancouver are not nice.
Are you saying that people in Victoria are nice?
Yes, I think people on the island generally are. They
smile. They say hi.
They even still say hello to you.
They'll say hello. Yeah.
But aren't you being stereotypical?
Yes, but that is based on what I have experienced.
Yeah,
sure. Okay.
It's just my experience. So I started working for the company I'm with now in Vancouver. Most of my friends were, from work, and we weren't really that close still. And then I'd been to Victoria a couple of times while I was in Nanaimo, albeit at night for turn up. But in the mornings, you walk downtown, and people are actually saying hello to you. I like the feel, and the opportunity to transfer to Victoria came along, and I said, yeah, let me go for it. And Victoria has double-decker buses.
Nice. We'll get back to that. We'll come back to that. So maybe Whitney, you can just give us
Why Canada? Because there was this lady that my dad kind of knew, and she was an agent, so she was just harassing him because she wanted money. So she harassed him for him to apply for a school in Canada. So he just did it because my dad was tired of it, and that's how I ended up in Canada. Victoria, after going to high school in Calgary, I just wanted a place where there's no snow.
So how do you feel about the snow now?
It's just disappointing.
Come on! It's not bad.
Oh, come on.
I guess
Snow
so,
falls
but-
like once in a week or twice.
But
in a
it's
week.
disappointing
seriously,
too.
like, for someone who
'cause
left
I
that
left
area,
somewhere
right?
for some reason.
Yeah, but you're in Canada though. That's the first thing you should expect. That's across
It's
the
a-
board.
it's-
There
it's
should
like-
be snow.
Yet I was
One
told
of
that
the
there's no
coldest
snow in
places
That you
in
were
Yeah.
Victoria.
deceived. I think that's
Yeah,
you
you
were
were
deceived.
deceived. I could have just gone
No,
to
but the
another
truth
place.
is that there was no snow in Victoria for the last 4 years
Yeah.
or 5 years. Was it 5 years?
Yeah,
And
4
then
years.
this year,
It's been
it's
something.
it's
We can blame it on
changed.
global
So
warming.
yeah, global
No, we
warming.
cannot blame it. No.
No, but yes,
Snow.
you move to Canada, you have to expect snow.
Yeah, you have to expect that there's gonna be snow. Like it's even better here because here, well, it's not better here. It depends on.
It
you
doesn't
can-
stick.
You can actually take it one way or the other because I live in Prince George. It will snow 7 days a week. You will go to school 7 days a week.
And
You
it
will go
will
to work
stick.
7 days a week. You will fall down and stand up and get up and move again. You know, it's like it's a steady. They are used to it, but here, like in
Every
Vancouver,
small thing, yeah.
when it snows, it's like
Close.
everything closes
Stops,
down.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's not that bad here at all, but
It's not that bad, but you're
We're
used
West
to a
Coast
certain
life.
standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
And-
weather here is confused because it will
confused.
snow and then right after
Oh,
it's
yeah.
raining.
Rain.
And then it's sunny.
Yeah, and then it's sunny. Like
But before we even go
Were
to
you here over
that, why
the
Canada, why Victoria?
No,
for
Okay,
me?
so I
Yeah,
just
it's
back to her
yeah,
now. Okay.
why Canada?
Why Canada? Okay, so I finished school, university, and I knew I wanted to travel. I knew I didn't want to go to the States. I knew I didn't want to go to UK because after school then everyone was UK. You just hear all your friends are going to UK. I was like, no. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Canada. My dad was like, if you can find a school, if you can find everything, I'll support you. I'm like, okay. Like you, I found someone that was like, oh, you gotta go to Canada, we'll pay this, blah, blah, blah. And then I started searching for the course I wanted. Unfortunately for me, the course was in Montreal. Woo, I guess some guests are coming.
Yep.
So we'll just be right back. So welcome back. With me, we have Ruth and Pelumi. So I'm going to go back to why Canada and Victoria for myself, and then we can ask them later. So I think I stopped at where my dad was talking to someone who was willing to pay. And then, so I started looking for schools in Canada, and luckily for me, the school I wanted, or rather the course I wanted actually was in Montreal. So I finished schooling in Montreal, looked for a job, was working in Montreal. Lo and behold, an opportunity came up here in Victoria. Who doesn't want to, go for that, right? So when I say opportunity, you understand. So I packed up.
Explain.
Opportunity.
I don't understand.
No, I don't understand nothing. So I moved to Victoria to cut this short, and now I'm in Victoria.
Oh,
Okay, so do you guys want to go ahead?
oh, my turn.
Yeah. I already said yes.
Well, Canada was not the first choice. It was, as everyone would know, every Nigerian wanted to go to England,
I said that.
United Kingdom. But because they were pursuing them back to Nigeria after masters, that was when you are done, they give you your loan and say, okay, bye bye.
Mama
But
Charlie says go
I
home.
think the Canadian economy was way better than England, which was why I chose Canada, considering the fact that it's very far from Nigeria. But my father was like, okay, just the Lord will be with you, just go. I went, and I think my course is only Royal Roads in Victoria that has that course, so which is intercultural and international communications, which is why it wasn't like Victoria was my first choice. It's not even in the top 5, but it was the only city that had, and the added advantage was because BC is supposed to be the city where there is no snow, the cold is not so much, but it's
We
not
already talked
anymore.
about that before you came in, but we'll come back to that again.
You
because
played
it's so
yourself.
good,
But
right?
but it's not so anymore. But I think Victoria was like the best choice, considering that Nigeria is very hot and Canada is like the opposite. So which was why I came to Canada and why I'm in Victoria. Basically for schools, greener pastures, better opportunity, and hopefully
the future.
Oh, the husband.
The husband part.
Pick me Twitter.
So we'll end it there, and then Pelumi, you can take it from there.
My story is short. My family moved here from Nigeria under I think it was called the Special Skills program they were having at the time. Canada had a need for engineers, so we came in under the PR, with a PR. Stayed here a couple of years, and we landed in Winnipeg before we actually settled in Calgary. And I stayed there for about 4 or 5 years before I decided to move to Victoria for school, to finish up school. And it's been great. Victoria mostly because of the weather. Like,
Why does everybody keep saying the weather every time?
the weather. I mean, it's not looking good right now, but
I think there's a marketing strategy that's lost.
So let's market. Should we market Victoria here then?
Yeah.
Should we market Victoria? I'm
best
like,
place to live in Canada.
Not exactly.
not exactly, because I lived in Montreal.
For me
I lived in
now.
Montreal, and trust me, it's way fun. But actually, Victoria, one thing I can say about Victoria is calm.
Yeah, it's quiet.
It's quiet.
It's too quiet.
It's not.
Well, it's relative though. Like if you're looking for student life, where in sense like you want to party hard, then probably go to the east, right?
Oh, Vancouver.
No,
Way better.
I think there's a consensus that people don't really like Vancouver.
Vancouver,
in this place.
Yeah,
In this
maybe.
No, I think
But
the,
this is our opinion, right? It's not everybody's
Yeah.
opinion.
No, I'm saying not all of us. Here, right?
Most people who are settled in Victoria are people who couldn't settle in Vancouver, who don't like Vancouver's like community.
No, really, because me, I've never lived in Vancouver, for example.
There's
But I've
a
been to
huge,
Vancouver, but
there's
I've
a
never
huge
lived there.
divide between Vancouver and Victoria when it comes to lifestyle. You know, Vancouver, you live far away from everything.
Sure.
You know, regardless of where you are. You know, if you live in Burnaby, maybe that's when you're in the middle. But if you live anywhere else, but in Victoria, it's like I can get from one place to another place in 20 minutes and I'm fine. You know, like that's the life you're looking for if you're staying here. If you're not in school and you decide to stay on in Victoria, you're looking for a life where it's calm enough that you can actually get things done without spending 2 hours in traffic. I lived in Lagos too, as you did. I know what 4 hours traffic look like.
Yes, I live on the mainland.
So I don't want to experience that anymore. You know? So,
but you know, like cost-wise though, Vancouver and Victoria are not that far. Like
Price-wise,
accommodation,
It depends on where you are.
Accommodation-wise, it's pretty much on par. Unless you are talking of like downtown Vancouver, where everyone.
It's ridiculous.
But
Oh
like
my God.
even downtown Victoria is just as expensive to live in, to rent. You are talking of like
I live
one
in downtown.
bedroom for
Yeah,
like.
But
you know,
downtown here is
No,
still
she lives
okay.
downtown.
Yeah,
I
live
live
in
downtown
downtown.
too, but and see,
I
there's a
walk
difference
from
between
my
downtown.
house, so
There's a difference between downtown and downtown.
downtown is where all the shop are.
No,
all the malls.
no, but
Let's
to be
begin,
honest,
because I live
you guys
downtown.
live downtown.
Right? I live downtown too. I live downtown adjacent. That's on the outskirts of downtown
If we're
where
getting
you
technical.
can actually live.
No, he's getting
You know,
technical.
You're getting technical with
no,
downtown adjacent.
It's true. Like where I live in close to that, where I live is the part of downtown where you can actually get by without paying outrageous sums of money to rent a place. If you move just like 10 minutes, if you walk 10 minutes down, you are paying something very different.
But in my case, it's not.
Yeah, but
The
yours
same.
is like
Yeah, mine. If you walk a bit more, it's still the same because I've helped like some of my friends to look for places to rent around that side, and they were all the same like amount, like price range. So it's only if you're looking for something like grand and big or flashy, that's when you pay that ridiculous amount of money in that.
Also, in terms of the amount of space you get for the same
Yeah,
price,
yeah.
it's very different
Very,
between
very
Exactly.
Victoria and Vancouver.
True.
Very different.
Yeah.
True. Because like for 1,500, by the way, we're talking of rent. Rent to try. What's the range you think Vancouver, Victoria? I think we should talk about that because the whole idea of this is people who want to come here, right? They should understand that is the West Coast better than the East Coast? We're not trying to make sure and say, okay, hey, come to Victoria. No, we're not saying that, but we just want to give you an informed decision on how our lifestyle has been here. So I know for Victoria, when I was looking for a place, it was between, if you're looking for furnished means like, you know, you want like beddings, you want couch and everything included. You're looking at between 900, which is for your bachelor. Bachelor means
900. Where?
furnished.
No,
Where?
furnished.
Though?
It was
Where?
not so-
Okay, well, no. Okay. You know what? I'm talking from my own experience.
Oh,
though.
okay.
My own experience.
Whose basement are you doing? Because that means that in somebody's basement.
I think the first question would be when were you
How
looking
long?
for a house?
Yeah, how long?
When was this? When
What
was
year?
your price
was beginning of 2015 when I moved here.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
And I was looking at, Hillside and Bay. That was where I was looking for. So then again, it depends on what you're looking for. See, that's the honest truth. It depends on. I say bachelor. Not one.
No, bachelor is not one bedroom.
Bachelor is not one bedroom.
No, I know.
Bachelor is basically one person. Yeah, furnished.
I live in a one bedroom. Right? Depends on in 2015, right? I got my house in 2015. That's when I moved into my house. 2015, right? 2015, and it was cheap, right? I got in before the market sort of bubble.
Yeah.
Right now, you cannot get a one bedroom furnished for nothing less than
even bachelor,
you cannot get it for 1,200.
Okay, so it depends.
Should we say
places around 900 bachelors here.
Furnished.
Okay, first of all,
furnished.
The one you unless you want to live in assisted, like my building now is assisted, so that's why rent is not expensive.
My own perspective from a student, I know that students always want to be close to the university. So rent is nothing less than at least 800. If you want to
is that for furnished or unfurnished?
No, that's unfurnished and you're living by yourself.
Okay.
Most students live with other students, right? So I'll say maybe around 500, 600.
That's
where you're
sharing,
looking at.
right?
Yeah, if you're sharing the whole apartment. And if you want
not close to
not close to UV, because the closer you get, the more expensive you get. Unless you want a crappy place.
So you're talking about like hillside area?
Yeah, kind of like
going that way down.
Yeah, all those hillside shops.
See, when I moved to Victoria, which is how many years? 7 years ago now. How many years?
Wow.
You don't take for years, bro.
Yeah, 7 years ago. Rent was cheap. Very very affordable. You could get there were houses, there were people looking for people to move in. There was a market for people. And gradually I've seen it actually get to the point where you bargain for houses. Like
you take what you see.
Yeah,
but it's because things have changed. A lot of things have changed from 7 years ago. Because I remember also because and then now you have a lot of with the whole real estate changes that they are making in Vancouver. A lot of that money is now shifting to Victoria now. A lot of people, foreign investment, they were buying up Vancouver and then they brought the 15% real estate tax. So now all that money they're now bringing it over to the island, and that is why rent is going up, the cost of housing is going up. We're almost getting to the point where that's why I said we're almost comparable to Vancouver now, because now if you list your house now, I bet you in 2 hours someone will. It's gone.
Absolutely.
So and then you have a lot of people opting to do that, and they need people to come and rent so that they can use that money to pay off one mortgage while they buy another home. So there's.
But you know why this happens, especially it's because we will want to be close to like the downtown and the schools and everything, right? That's where it's very different from Vancouver. Like you can live in Surrey and actually walk downtown.
As long as you have this close.
But then you are ready to be in transit for like an hour.
But then you want to save cost, yes.
If you
but then again, look at it, because I'm sure our audience are not just like students, right? Because I'm sure we have people who are like managers or top people who want to come here. So what will you say about those ones, right? Because not everyone wants to live close to school, and let's say 800, 500 you're sharing. What if someone that has like kids, and you want to move to Victoria, for example, for a 2-bedroom, 1 bedroom, we're talking of maybe 1,200, 1,300.
No,
we're talking about
with kids.
350.
With kids.
First of all, some buildings don't allow kids.
1,350.
A friend of mine.
And above.
How many kids are we talking about?
No, I don't know, because I'm just saying I'm just trying
generally
to just say
But
generally.
a friend of mine just bought a house and put it on the market. It's 3 bedrooms and it's in Royal Oak, so it's right.
But that's expensive.
That would
Royal
definitely
Oak
be
is expensive.
Right. But you know what? If you're coming here and you're a manager and you have money,
That one.
Remember.
That's well flawed.
No.
But if I had
In this exchange rate right now, with everything going on right now, they really can't splurge. And I don't want people to have the idea of, oh, you're gonna get that whole luxurious lifestyle, because at the end of the day, you're gonna finish that money in 6 months.
But it depends on the kind of money you're bringing.
Our currency is so messed up right now. When you have money, you don't.
No, but Nigerian money doesn't really mean anything right now.
Depends on who's bringing the money. Dangote money is plenty money.
I'm not asking them to go and live in Oak Bay, because Oak Bay is like you're not.
That's a different.
That's a different thing. Royal Oak is for up and coming people who can
upper middle class,
which is the kind of people we're talking
family.
about. You know,
100K upwards.
If you're bringing Dangote money, go and live in Oak Bay. You get a house by the shore.
No, I would just go downtown. Just go and buy the penthouse. Buy the penthouse.
I actually think like for those married couples or even people with kids and stuff like that, Langford is not so expensive if you actually look at it. You can get affordable townhouses that are close to schools, and you have like really nice schools in Langford and stuff like that. So it just depends on, like we all said, it depends on the area you want to be. And Victoria is not so big that you can't get downtown in 20 minutes. Like even if you're living in Langford, downtown Langford, you can always get to Langford, to downtown Victoria, like without traffic in 15-20 minutes. Yes.
So without traffic.
No, it's not possible. 15 minutes from Langford to
20 minutes.
Okay,
from my house, like 15
minutes. From Langford to downtown Victoria without traffic is not 15 minutes.
Okay, that isn't the topic for today.
But I'm just saying.
The topic is more than
I think if you have the money and you can afford it and you have kids, I would suggest you get your own place. Like get.
So you're saying buying a place or renting a place?
Either or. It depends. You can rent the house, or if you can afford it, buy your own home. Because when you have kids, pets, people tend to not want to rent to you, and if they want to rent to you, you have to pay that extra deposit because they're looking at damage to their property or and if you choose to live in a house where someone else is living above you, it's at night the kids are running up and down, and here, once it's 10, they want to sleep. Once they start hearing people running up and down, they won't even go and talk to your couple. That's noise. But like
on that point though, if you don't have money and you're moving in, or if you have that kind of money, you're moving in here, just be prepared to experience all those things. Know that the houses, the walls are thin. They will probably hear you from another. Your neighbor will probably hear you screaming or shouting, play music, or they'll call the cops on you, all those kind of things because you're loud. We are very loud people. We know that. So it's not going to stop you from being loud, but know that that's what you're going to experience when you come here. It's not that they hate you. It's not like
it's just the way it's just their lifestyle.
It's their lifestyle. Like you have to get used to living in
things you should not do.
This feels like it's going to go on forever and ever, and we can always come back to this another time because it feels like we're going to have to keep talking and talking. So right now we're going to end this episode because it's about time. And we want you guys to keep watching and watching, and we don't want to make it very, very long. So to end this, thank you guys once again for coming, and thank you for coming. Even though you came late, so thank you so much. See, that's my problem. African time, can you imagine that? Okay, thank you guys so much. And remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you have any comments or you have topics you want us to discuss, feel free to add them on the comment section, right? Okay. Thank you so much. Bye. Yeah. Bye. Bye.
Back in the days, a good man called Mr. Faraday. He gave us the meter, making our lives today better. Shaping a person we build it. We give us computer where they make us educate too. Now all those good people, now them open the way where they make us elevate.